What up, YouTube? 2025, we back. I ain't gonna hold y'all long though. Let's get into this.
You got three baby mamas.
Hmm.
You don't think that's crazy?
I do think it's not ideal at all.
No, do
I
you
think,
think it's crazy though?
yeah.
So why would they look to you for inspiration?
So I
Why would they be
understand.
in? It sounds like they look to you for inspiration
Yeah.
already.
So I completely understand the stereotypical and the reality of the situation, right? The stereotypical, like most men, I would tell my daughters, if a man have three baby mamas, stay away from him. I'm the
So
exception.
why would they
I'm
look
the
to? You're
exception for
not the
almost every
exception.
rule. I
What
am.
made you? Okay, what makes you the exception?
Um, for one, I'm with a woman. I've never cheated on a woman. I'll never cheat on my woman.
That has nothing to do with it.
I think that's an exception.
No, it's
I think
not.
I think most.
Hey, Anton is so right with this, man. Just because you may not cheat, don't make you an exception. It don't make you an inspiration. Really, all it says is you got a strong possibility of not being loyal to your responsibilities. There's a strong indication of that. Unless these three baby mamas was on some I'm gonna call the police and try to play with your freedom type deal, or they try to play with your job, or you know in some other way cause you some kind of damage. All that says is you're not loyal to your responsibilities, man. Period. Don't don't let this, ladies, do not let gift the gab fool you. Just because a nigga don't cheat does not mean that that's somebody you should try to mess with, man. You can't get in bed with words, nice words and sweet nothings.
Men cheat. I think a lot of men cheat. I
This
don't.
has nothing to do with creating three baby mamas.
So what is your perspective is that you have three baby mamas, right? You have three baby mamas, so that makes you a bad man, or that just makes you not a good man.
I don't think that
So I
makes you a
understand your
great. No, no,
position.
no, no, no. I'm not saying. I never said you wasn't a good person. I said
Yeah,
that you are not the model of inspiration that your sister should be looking to.
yeah. So I disagree.
Okay, so now that's where we clash, right? Because I'm trying to
Yeah,
understand what makes you the source of inspiration for them vetting for what a good man is supposed to be. Why would they look to you
yeah.
if you got three
So
different baby
so
mamas?
if the idea, so we inherently disagree on what a good man is.
No, no,
I
no.
do.
I didn't
Yeah,
say. Listen, listen. I said the source of inspiration of
yeah,
what a good man is to be in a relationship with. You
yeah,
could be a good person. I'm not attacking your character.
yeah,
I'm just evaluating the information that you volunteered.
yeah.
Why would they look to you when you haven't committed to any one of them women
Got him
as far
again.
as staying with them
Got him
and you
again. My
decided to
old
have
boy
kids
is
with them?
missing the question completely. Like it's not a matter of your character. It's what makes you worthy of being someone your sisters could go to for advice about vetting a man. And so far, he's said nothing. He's said nothing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. When I first saw this video, I felt some type of way. I thought Anton was coming at him crazy, and I thought he won't giving him a chance. But after watching this video about two or three times, each and every time it's just like, man, my guy really didn't. My guy really don't have a leg to stand on at the moment. I mean, he's got some points going for him, but I'm gonna let Anton cook.
Yeah. So your question is, why would they look to me for inspiration as far as a relationship?
Yeah, because you use yourself as an example.
Yeah.
You said my sisters don't
So
look to me at all.
I think that um my kids are the caveat, but most women would look for the characteristics that I have for a man in a relationship.
Like what?
Like I'm a romantic man. I think most women like romantic men. I'm a provider. Oh, I don't have to answer. You can tell me what you're thinking.
No, I'm listening. I'm
Okay.
listen.
So we're
I'm a
gonna yeah.
very animated person. What does
Oh, I'm
being
sorry. Yeah.
romantic is what got you three baby mamas?
No, that's not what got me three baby mamas. Being with women and
Pull out game
not
didn't work.
yeah, not pulling out got me three baby mamas. So
Okay, go
I
ahead. You
feel
romantic.
yeah. So I'm romantic. I'm successful. I pay the bills. I pay all the bills. I pay for everything. I'm a leader. Uh, all of these things. I'm a leader. I communicate well. I'm articulate. I articulate myself. Um, uh, these are I think key traits when it comes to being a leader, being in a relationship. These type of things.
I don't know what the hell she just said for because my man just double spoke. He said communicate and he said articulate, which is basically the same damn thing in two different forms. He- Man, romantic has got nothing to do with being a leader. It ain't got a goddamn thing. He got 1 point. He pays all the bills and shit like that. But at the same time, what is it worth when the shit really hits the fan? As in, you have a newborn child. How long are you staying with these women before you're moving on? Because you could pay for as much as you want to pay for, but if you're on your way out the door a month later after the kid gets here, 6 months later, a year later, well, you know, for no valid reasons, then that really don't count for nothing. A leader does not quit when shit gets hard, or because they just because they feel like it's too much for them to bear. The only caveat I would put in there is, like I said, she's playing with your freedom. She's playing with your job, your source of income, or really those are really the only two exceptions. Beyond that, I mean, you should know what you're signing up for when you get in bed with somebody. Period. You should have a solid idea of what their mindset is before you decide to go up in there raw, and before you start to you decide not to pull out. You know that power you be good sometimes, but man, it ain't that fucking good. It's never that good, man. Like for real.
And I would
So, do
love
you
to
plan
hear.
on having kids with the next one?
Yeah,
So you're gonna be a four-time baby daddy.
I guess you could say that. But when I'm married,
You don't think that that's crazy?
not at all.
All
I
right,
think
that's
so.
cool.
I understand, and I would tell any, I would tell any man to have babies once you're married. So I believe if
But
that's
you
the
didn't marry
position
none
that,
of the mothers.
yeah, I didn't
See
marry
that
them.
that no, but see that's the problem is that honestly, honestly, I don't think that you qualify to be able to give that type of advice. I think that any one of us can give our opinion, but I don't think that you're a reflection of it.
Hmm.
You don't qualify, in my opinion, to be able to give advice to young men about how they should be moving when it comes to marriage and relationships.
I completely disagree.
Why do you disagree?
So I understand that people make decisions, right? People make poor decisions when they don't have when they like where I come from. Most people aren't married. Most people aren't married. Everybody's a baby mom. Everybody's a baby father. It's just like people will call their boyfriend, oh, that's my baby dad, right? Be like, why didn't you say that's your man? It's my baby dad, right? They'll say things like that. That's where I come from. So that was the examples that I had in my life.
And I'm gonna stop him right there. That's the crutch that he's leaning on right now. His back is against the wall. Anton has got this man's back up against the wall at this current moment. And he's leaning on that where I came from crutch and the examples I had crutch. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. I came from I came from poverty too. I went to school with holes in my fucking shoes. I was in the fucking projects, and you know what I'm saying? That granted, that ain't the example that my parents gave me, but we were surrounded by it. I went to school with it. I went to, I played out in the neighborhood with it. It was around. That was never a reason for me to participate though. It's like you just said, people make choices, make decisions, and for him to just have said that he's a leader, he has yet to come up with a great example of that. And like I said, that 1 point that he did get for paying the bills or whatnot, it's great. It's great until you're not there no more, and then that's out the window. It don't mean shit. Because if you were doing it all, and then you up and leave for no legitimate reason, then what did you just do? You just broke a family. You just you just threw her and the kid in the situation. You know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him cook because he does score some more points in this match right here, man. I'm gonna tell you
I think
what.
that I'm lucky that I was able to, even though those are my examples, I'm able to um step away from that, and that's not the lifestyle that I want for my kids. It's not what I would do if I went back, but it is what it is. I have all my kids. I got three baby moms. All my kids go to school with me. Monday through Sunday through Friday, they with me. They go to see their
So
moms on
why
the
why
weekends, and
didn't
that's
you
not
want to make it
criticizing.
work with any the mother of
That's
your
he's
kids,
right.
bro? Why you want
Say
to
it
make it
again.
work with why you didn't want to make it work with none of the mothers of your kids, and why you think it should be cool for your new lady to take on that pressure for three women that got to be in your life forever?
I don't think that's the decision that she make. I can't make a decision for her. But if
But
you're
you
gonna,
still
if a,
you coming to her though. You want to put her in marriage, so you're making the
I'm
decision to make her your wife. So why would you want to bring her into that
No,
world
no,
knowing
no,
you
no,
got
no. The problem is, and
I,
see, this is why I hate myself. I'm gonna bring it back. All right. This is why I hate myself because I remember everything. And one of the things that you said about Travis Hunter is that you know he was gonna be a real nigga, and you said that at some point he was gonna have to grow up and learn how to be a leader.
yeah,
Now, I don't know how you can say that about Travis Hunter when your life doesn't seem to be a reflection of what leadership is really about. It
I
sounds
disagree.
like you never had control of any of the circumstances, let alone the dig discipline necessary to foster a great family environment that is ideal for your children.
I
I don't
disagree.
understand how you was able to say that about Travis Hunter, but then at the same time, your life is not a reflection of that yourself.
So so
Hold on, man. My man said you ain't had the dick discipline. Man, he dog. Man, he that was a kill shot right there, bro. That was a kill shot. He ain't had the dick discipline. And he ain't lying. He's not lying though, man. He is not lying because that's one thing. Now, just for personal, you know what I'm saying, experience, I do have two boys. I do have two kids. You know, they 10 and 5 with the same woman, but I'm not with her. Okay? I'm not with her. I'm not with her. But at the same time, it takes, some people are real good at hiding their true colors. Some people hide their true colors for years. Some people can do it for years. Case in point. He scored points though when he said that all of his kids are with him. So, kudos to him. I salute him for that. Salute to Mont for that. Because that's real rare to find in the black community. Um, both of my kids are with me. They go to school here. Their mom sees them when she can, you know. Um, and I don't make that hard. That's just another one of them rare situations where I took the time to. I didn't fully understand. I may not have fully understood her mindset, the true nature of her mindset, but I did get an idea of what her beliefs were. I did have an idea of what her beliefs were, what she believed, and how she handled her business. So I don't technically have custody, but then again, at the same time, I technically do because possession is 9/10 of the law. That's just how I'm gonna phrase that. But we don't get the courts involved. We don't get the white man involved in our situation. You know, our business is our business. He scored points. He scored points, but man, he is down.
the position that everybody's taking, I think, right, is that if somebody has done something when they're in their youth, before they knew better, right, before they had a certain amount of discipline, that dictates the remain the that dictates their character right now, or
Yes.
is that I disagree.
I don't disagree because you are the sum total of your decisions. And so the
Yeah.
only thing that we have to go by as men is the results. We
Okay.
can't go by how you feel. We can't go by a short amount of time. We have to go by the history of who you are. And that's why vetting is really looking at, see, it's a difference if you 20 years old. Because again, and I say this all the time, you're supposed to be broke. You don't have any life experiences. You trying to figure it out. But when you start to get into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you evaluate a person based off of who they what their results is. So I can't go by anything other than what it is that I'm looking at, not what you say. You
Yeah.
you spit a good game. That's probably why you got three baby mamas. You spit good
Yeah.
game, but that don't necessarily mean that the
So
results is a
I,
reflection of it.
I judge a man by his children and how they come out.
I
That's
don't
how I
judge a
judge.
man by his decision making
See,
and who he surround himself by.
yeah. So the reason I disagree with y'all because I understand that the ideal household is mom, dad, children, married. I understand that and I agree with that. That's my position. I won't have any more kids until I'm married. But I do believe that, like I said, if you knew better, you do better. People are going to copy what's around them. People are that's going to be the lifestyle that people live, and that's what
Mm.
they know. That's what they know. Um, but I completely disagree that. So, and it's a lot of women who might be in my position who they got several baby daddies or whatever, and I understand why a man would choose not to date them, right? And I understand why a woman would choose not to date me.
He ain't got no choice but to understand. He ain't got no choice but to understand. Just like the women with multiple baby daddies have no choice but to understand. And I think this is what originally had me leaning against what Anton was saying towards him is that previous statement right there. You the sum total of your decisions and all of this stuff, and you judge people about who they surround themselves with. And I don't know if Mont is a regular on his show, but for him to say something about his comment on Travis Hunter and being that his situation is the way it is, it seems to me like he don't know one of his panel members. He didn't know one of his panel members the way he might have thought he did when he made that comment about Travis Hunter. So therefore, you have to look at his vetting process too. Because if this is a regular panel member, then this is somebody that's in his orbit. If you're the sum total of the people you surround yourself with, why didn't he do a better job vetting his panel members? You know? Because me personally, I see it as Mont comes from the perspective of he's judging men off their character. That is Mont judging people off of the way their children come up is more or less on their character. That's a reflection of your character, of your parenting, of things of that nature. Anton is saying, which is both is understandable, but Anton is saying all he's going to judge you off of is your results and what you've accomplished. I guess that may include what he's accomplished or what he's done, mistakes he's made, his life experience. And that's what had me on guard when I first watched this video, because the first thing that popped in my mind was, I've watched Anton. I don't watch faithfully. I'm not on YouTube all the fucking time no more, but I've always seen him as he tries to operate according to the Bible, and it's just when I first time I saw this video, I thought, damn, who the hell was Paul before he was one of the disciples? He's a murderer, you know? And the way this whole video came off was like, hey, if you make a certain amount of mistakes, then you just cooked. You permanently cooked. And I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I've made too many mistakes in my life to believe that. And when I look at where I am now compared to where I came from and where I should be, could be, I can't vibe with that. I can't vibe with that. But at the same time, as men, we do have to judge people off of what we see. We can't go by our feelings. We can't go off what we feel. We can't go off what we hear. None of that. Those are feminine traits. Those are feminine traits. Men have no business operating in that nature. But I'ma just let him cook. I'ma just let him cook a little bit more, man. Cause I told you I won't go hold you.
Um, but when it when I believe that people's mindsets can change, and I would never. Of course, I would. A lot of people are the same, but I would never say that somebody's mindset is not has not changed. They haven't changed. A woman who used to be a whore is still a whore. I would never say that. Most of them probably still are, right? They probably have the same mindset.
How do
So I'm
we know
saying,
she's
cool,
not still
bro.
a whore though? Is my point. Because she could
So I'm
change, right?
I'm
She
I'm
could
just talking about
absolutely be
mindset
different,
wise.
and people could evolve. But how do we know that
Yeah,
she's not still a whore?
I'm talking about character. I'm
How
talking
do
about
we know
character.
that? The only thing we have to go off is the
Yeah.
results. How do we know
So
that she's not still a
yeah,
whore?
I understand what you're saying, but I think that's an oversimplification. I really do.
How? But you still not answering the question.
How do we know that she
How do
still
we
is?
know that she's not still a whore?
Well, we never know for sure.
So how does that not apply to you?
How does what not apply to me?
The
That I'm
same
not
the
still a,
same standards. How do we know? How do people know when they vet, right? Because the original
yeah,
conversation is why people ain't taking advice from you, why your sisters ain't leaning to you for understanding.
yeah.
How do they know that you're not the same person that you were when you created all of these broken families?
Um, by the way that I talk different. I'm different. Everything about
Because
me
you
is different.
talk different.
Everything about me is different. My actions, the way I treat my kids, all of that type of stuff.
You can
I
treat your
think,
kids phenomenal.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that you operate any differently.
yeah. Well,
I'm just saying
I
that
operated completely differently
the
back then. Yeah,
results I think speaks greater And again,
yeah,
I'm not saying that you're not a good person.
yeah.
I don't want that to be misunderstood. I don't want people to take that the wrong way. All I'm saying is if the resume doesn't necessarily line up with what the person is saying in their interview, should you hire them?
That's a complete oversimplification, though.
How?
And I'm one of them
That's
people
all
that
we
don't
have
really.
to go
I don't.
by. The only thing
I'm
we
one
have
of
to go by.
yeah. So I'm one of them people that don't even fully believe in resumes fully.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh man, so that right there, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna hold him up right there, cause a resume is it for somebody who don't believe in resumes. His if he was to put one together would be smoked. His resume is fried basically because a resume is it's just like Anton was saying, the sum total. It's the sum total of your life experience, of your professional experience. And what's on that resume, it may change depending on what kind of job or endeavor you're going into, but it's an accumulation of your experience. And I don't fault him for not believing in resumes. That's part of gift to gas. That's why I said he's most definitely got a silver tongue when it comes to the ladies, because that's whether you put one together in black and white on paper or not. On paper, you call it a resume. You know, in life, we just call it a track record. His track record ain't working for him. He needs more time doing the right thing before he would qualify to advise anybody. Because as of right now, he couldn't tell me nothing. There's nothing this man could tell me about love and relationships and how to vet or being a leader for that matter, because he obviously has piss poor judgment. Either that or he's just capping on here right now. He's just this whole shit was just cap, and he was trying to save face. Regardless of the matter, these two these two gentlemen are polar opposites. These two are polar opposites. He obviously, he grew up in that lifestyle. He was in the streets. He was around them hoes, and he probably ain't had no problem getting. He probably ain't had no problem smashing damn near anything he could talk to. I know because I've heard it. I've heard it before. I've been surrounded by it. I got no doubt he ain't got no problem smashing almost anything he want. Anton, on the other hand, Anton just simply can't relate to this man. Anton don't know nothing about what he's talking about. Anton ain't got the experience that he's got. They got two different experiences. Anton, he a do the right thing kind of guy. And from what I've heard of his videos and what I'm hearing now, he's always been that type of dude. You know what I mean? I don't know what his personal relationship is with his wife. It could be good or bad. I don't know. But the fact that he's still with the mother of his child, and it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself, really. I mean, like I said, my man scored some points. My man Mont scored a couple of points. He got like 2 points. He got like 2 points. One of them, it ain't even really a point. Paying all the bills, that really ain't even a point. Because 3 times you've been a nigga paying all the bills and then you're gone. You know what I'm saying? So you got one thing working in your favor, and that's the fact that you got all your kids together, going to school. They're not separated. I don't know. He just took an L on this show. It goes on to freeze up. I'm not even gonna let him continue no more. I told y'all, I'm gonna hold y'all. 2025, we back. Anton smoked his boots. The way he cooked him, I was like, man, I thought there was a regular dude. I don't know. He may be. I don't know. I don't watch panel episodes like that. But if y'all like what y'all see in the video, y'all know what to do. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.